Hello, Georgia. Happy birthday. This is not very stable. I just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. And I thought, because I don't have any money and I can't afford to get you a gift or a card, and I'm sorry, I thought I would edit our video that we filmed almost 4 years ago, where we reviewed the Doctor Who Series 11 finale, The Battle of Ranskoor of Kolos, written by Chris Chibnall. We've spoken about this video many times, how I made a video for every other episode in that series, except the last one, which I just happened to film with you. And it's about time I edited it. I've just finished editing it. I'm now filming this little introduction. And I just want to thank you for being a huge light in my life, for being one of my besties, for being such a kind, honest person. I just want to thank you for being in my life, because you mean a hell of a lot to me. And I know that we don't get to see each other a lot just because of where we live. I do miss living around the corner from you at uni, especially in first year and third year, when we'd go round to each other's and watch Little Mix the Search, and you'd bring brownies and baked trays, and like, when I think about those times, I actually get really emotional. It sounds so stupid, because you just mean a lot to me. And oh my god, why am I getting teary? You just mean a lot to... Oh my god, this is so silly. You mean a lot to me, Georgia. And I know for 1,000% that I made a friend for life. And it doesn't matter if we don't get to see each other as often as we'd like, because, you know, I'm only a phone call away. And I hope that this video brings back some good memories for you of first year. Editing it was a really surreal experience. It felt like scratching an itch that had been there for 4 years. And just remembering our time together, like in your flat. I remember watching it with you. It's just brought back so many memories, very fond memories, and I'm so happy that I edited it, and I hope that you enjoy it as well, because this is in effect your birthday present. So I'm sorry if you hate it, but I just thought it'd be nice, because it's been a long time coming. Looking back at the video, it was weird. It was like looking at a time capsule. I know it was only 4 years, but we've grown so much as people and as friends, and it was very surreal, but in the best way possible. Not that being surreal is a bad thing, but it was strange. It was really strange, but a nice strange. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed editing it, and I hope you have the best birthday, because you're one of my best friends, and I love you so much. Sorry I can't be there. I wish I was spending the day with you, but we will arrange to meet up very soon. Please, I miss you. I love you. Bye.
Oh, an electronic letter from Dilbill. He wants me to collab with him. Yep.
Greetings, dildos. Pause it. How are you today, Georgia?
I'm good.
This is Georgia. Today we're going to be reviewing episode 10 of Doctor Who, Series 11. What was it called?
I'm not even going to try and pronounce it.
The Battle of Ranskoor of Kolos. It's a stupid name.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid. All of the names in it were stupid.
Yeah, Poltraki, Delph, and Dinio or something.
Ux.
It was just a bit thick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give my 10-second spoiler-free thoughts on the episode. Actually, you go first. I'll let the guest go first.
What do I have to do?
So just say what you thought about it with no massive spoilers in 10 seconds, like whether it's good, bad, or...
Okay.
I'll count down 3.
Oh no, I'm stressed. Oh god,
When you're
okay,
ready, I'll do
okay.
it.
It was good, but it was a little bit not dramatic enough. Like, for a middle episode, I could have dealt with it. Because it was the finale.
Time's up.
Oh.
I get it though.
Yeah.
My 10-second spoiler 3 thoughts begin now. Oh wait, I finished, sorry. I don't know what I said now, then what I do. Okay. Now, I thought it was okay. It was a bit middling. The most generic of generic episodes. For a finale, it wasn't very good. I thought the villain was not very good. You're done.
Not very good. Not very good. Not very good.
Let's get into spoiler territory. Let's start with Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. What did you think of Jodie in this episode, Georgia?
I love her.
She's a queen. I
actually like her.
I really like her too. I think this episode she didn't really get much to do.
No, to be fair, I was literally going to give an example from another episode, and I was like, we're not even talking about it.
No, go on.
No, I just mean like, you know, we watched that
It Takes
with
You
the frog
Away.
one.
Yeah.
Like there was so much personality in that.
Yeah.
Whereas this time round, she didn't do a lot. She just was like.
I think it's because, again, with Chris Chibnall episodes, there's too many guest characters.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, there's not many, but you've got the villain, and then you've got the 2 Ucks, and then you've got Paltraki, and it's just a bit like...
Yeah, they weren't all needed.
I don't think they were needed anyway.
And I didn't understand some of the stuff that was going on.
No, I didn't.
And it was just all of a sudden it was happy. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. I also thought the episode was very boring.
Yeah.
Like, it's so sluggish. Like, okay, the beginning part is like, okay, because it's all like set up. And it goes like how many years, like thousands of years later, something really specific.
3,507.
Something really specific. And then afterwards, it cuts to the TARDIS and like, oh, we have to answer this distress call. So you think it's going to get really pacey now, because after that first scene, they're like set up. But then they get to the spaceship, or wherever it is, and it's just, she talks to Paltraki for a good like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I just think the pace was way too slow,
Yeah.
and it wasn't exciting enough.
And like, there were like parts that I don't think you needed. You know, like granddad and grandson.
Graham and Ryan.
Graham and Ryan. You know, when they were saving those people, I was like, this just feels like a shit subplot.
Yeah, it was.
But then I think about the main plot, and I was like...
But there wasn't even
No.
a really good or interesting main plot in a way. I think the biggest thing this episode had to offer, which isn't very good, if I do say so myself, is that Tim Shaw's back. And...
I didn't like his teeth anyway. He creeped me out.
I think, actually, to be fair, here, he does play a better villain role than he did in the first episode. He was okay in the first episode, but not like something like special like the Daleks. But bringing him back, he does seem like, you know, more driven. Like, I have revenge, like I have to get this done, which I like. But then, like, I don't know why all of a sudden he has a cape. Like, it was very silly, I thought.
Yeah,
and
constantly
like growling.
Yeah, those noises.
It was very
weird.
odd, literally.
Like,
Tim Shaw.
I still don't know what the stanza was.
That's just like his species.
Oh, and do they all take teeth?
Yeah, I think so. It's just a bit crap.
Yeah.
And as a main, like, big bad villain, he wasn't good. Although I think in the episode itself, even though he was a generic villain, he monologued. The doctor, the doctor ran off, and he was still monologuing. Like,
It was so funny because he was talking, and his monologue was like directed at the doctor, and then you just see the doctor like running down the hallway, like away from him, and he's still like Jodie.
I think it was meant to be dramatic. Like, look how he's still talking, and like she's running to save the day, but he just looked a bit like, mate, she's gone. You're talking to yourself.
Ciao adios, I'm done, bitch.
Literally. Basically, that this series there's been a lot of development between the 3 characters. And I feel like, even though Yaz didn't get much development at all, she had nothing to do. Who is she? Where is she? But with Ryan and Graham, I love the development of their relationship. Like, he's calling him Grandad now.
And he was like, I love you.
He said that he loved
really
him. I really like Graham's story, obviously dealing with the death of his wife.
Yeah.
And how like it all came to a head in this episode. And I like
That was really clever.
Yeah, I like the positioning of this episode after the frog one, because obviously he's just met his wife again.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
she was like, I'm not obviously his wife. It was that weird frog. So
I really don't like the frog. I'm sorry.
I think the episode was good up until that one scene.
Yeah, like that was the best
happened?
episode I've seen. Apart from that, it was just a white box with a frog in it.
He's coming back to write an episode next series, Ed Heim, the one who wrote that. And I'm a bit like, I hope you've learnt your lesson.
Yeah, no frog. But Twitter sent him into meltdown. Oh, are you in a WhatsApp group without me for drama?
Are you not in?
No. But I don't think there was any character development with any of them.
Do you not think? But,
Like, I feel like the relationship wise,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But like, I don't think
Yaz has had no
Yaz
development.
has had no. I
Like
think
nothing.
between
Graham and Ryan?
Graham and Ryan, they've developed a lot. Ryan's developed into like accepting his granddad. Obviously, Graham's dealt with grief, but like the doctor,
She hasn't really had much development. No, I don't think she has.
I mean, I like her as a character, but like, we get told in screenwriting you've got to have development, Dylan.
I love your accent.
Thank you.
What do you think about the guest cast? What did you think of the Ux?
I like the concept of the Ux.
See, I don't even like them in concept.
Oh, okay.
I just think they're so thick and they're not original. Airbenders who? Do you know what I mean?
See, I don't understand it. I'm like, well, they're just humans with weird things on their faces.
Yeah.
You could just reproduce, so you've got a thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't even need to be there. Like, granted, they did that thing where they were like, zoom. One, I didn't have a clue what they were doing, and it wasn't explained.
No, it wasn't.
And, like, I don't know, I didn't like them.
I just think this whole episode, I think the setting as well was so drab.
Yeah.
Like, it was just not good to look at.
It wasn't exciting at all.
There was
Considering it was a battlefield, it was pretty much a desert with fire coming up really randomly.
Yeah. I just felt like with this episode there were no stakes. Like,
Screenwriting?
like, okay.
Do they know you do screenwriting?
I do screenwriting, they do know.
Okay.
Like, okay, there are some stakes, like, oh my god, the Earth's about to get miniaturised as well, sort of thing.
Yeah, but how I saw it was, it's 3,000 years in the future. I'm not being funny, I don't think Earth will be here 3,000 years in the future.
Do you not think?
Like, humans-wise.
Oh, okay.
When we were watching the episode, my brain went off on a tangent, and I was working out how many years humans have been on the Earth. Because I was
How many years have we been on the Earth?
We're on 2,000 before Jesus.
Yeah.
And then no, after Jesus. But then before Jesus, how many years were we here for?
I don't know. We're gonna have to Google it. There were some stakes, but they weren't big enough for me. Like, I was just a bit like, I didn't feel like the world was gonna end.
No, it didn't feel that dramatic. Because they didn't build up to it. All of a sudden, we just saw on the screen that Earth's about to die.
That was it. And then, who else is there? Paltraki, what did you want to say about Mark Addy?
What?
Paltraki, do you got anything to say about him? Because I've got like,
Oh, no.
he's okay.
He didn't need to be there.
I don't
Literally,
think
you know, when
he
he, at the start, he was like, what's my name? Who are you? Oh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like, I was like, give me something to talk about!
I mean, I liked Graham not killing him.
Yeah,
it was
that was good.
Even it was a little anticlimactic, because it's like, you expect him to do it, but then he doesn't. But I think that's a good character moment, which is what Chris is good at. But I think Tim Shaw getting locked in that thing is good, but I don't want to see him again. Keep him locked up there forever.
Yeah, I'll be really annoyed if he comes back. Because you know when they do it too much and you're like, you're taking it too far now. Like, I didn't feel anything for him. He was just annoying. Like, you know with most villains, you're like, oh, he's vile or whatever. I was just like, you're just boring me.
That's how I feel about the whole episode.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted it to be something so big and impactful, but it's just not what I got. It was just a bit crap. If I'm being honest.
If it was in the middle of the series, I'd be like, okay, it wasn't the best episode.
Yeah.
But you can deal with it. It's a fact it's the finale.
And it's supposed to be this big conclusion. I'm just a bit annoyed at this episode because I expected it. And I remember watching it the first time and going, can't be good, be good, be good. Like, really pumping myself up. And I watched it again and I was like, shh, this is boring. Like, it's so and also the lack of music.
Yes!
There's no music to the... Well, there's some,
weird. It was so quiet.
Subtle, very quiet. It usually... Well, I'm a musician or anything, so I don't know how it's meant to work. But I know that it, like, the sound... like makes up for about like I think 60 or 70 or even 80% of your experience. So you have to have a good sort of soundtrack or score to be able to entertain the audience. And in this one, the score was so subtle, so quiet, and so far in the background, I barely heard it.
And you know, like when the Earth was about to be blown up,
No music.
That would be that would be a perfect opportunity to have some like
Yeah, like something dramatic.
Yeah.
But there's
it was silent.
literally there's just This episode really let me down. I'm like,
I'm
loads of
disappointed for
levels.
you, Dylan.
Honestly, I hate making these horrible reviews because I feel like a bitch, and I'm just like, I really want to love it, but like, I have to be honest and not.
You've got to be
hate
honest.
myself.
Because then people would sit and watch it and be like, Dylan, why are you lying to me?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not good. That's all I've got to say. You have anything else to add about this episode? Because I don't. Oh, the ending was nice, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
when she's
I like the ending.
When she has that little thing like, you know, don't lose your faith, then she
Yeah.
hops on the toilet. I mean, it was nice, but it just sort of left me going like, this is the finale. Toodaloo! I mean, when I first watched it, I was a bit like, it is Tim Shaw, like he's back.
I just noticed we're sat like 20 minutes
Shall we
apart.
get closer?
That's better.
We're not very
It's
good
just because we were like this.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so I really like this episode.
But I don't like you. Let's talk about the TARDIS fan, because I think about the series, even though you haven't seen the whole series, you've started making me laugh. You look like you want to smile, and I'm like, why are you laughing at me? But you're not, are you?
That's weird, I'm sorry.
That's all I've got to say. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Do you want to do, you say toodaloo, and I don't have my phone or my Sonic, so I'm just going to have to
Do you
pretend
want to borrow
do
my
it.
phone?
No, I usually like have the snappy one.
Oh.
So you can say toodaloo and I'll snap. Or do you want to snap? We'll do it together.
Oh,
Should we do
okay.
that? 3, 2, 1. Toodaloo! Oh. In the first few episodes, there's sort of like a lot of her like coming to like terms with like.
I don't know what that was.
What?
I just went like.
And you.
There's me like.